Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. As you can see, we are at an undisclosed location for today and probably most of this week's videos. Um, so that's what's going on with me, and let's get into it. So obviously, as you can tell by the thumbnail slash thing on the screen, we in today's video are going to talk about college football week 9 predictions. Um, and the following are probably about 20 to 25 games that I have personally selected as the games that I want to talk about this week. So let's get into it. First up, Thursday night, we got Syracuse and Pittsburgh. So, Syracuse has been looking very good this year with Kyle McCord at quarterback, and he's done wonders for Syracuse. But Pitt has looked unstoppable. It looks like the only teams that could probably beat Pitt are Clemson or Miami. And Clemson, welcome back. You're finally coming into your own. So I don't think Syracuse has really what it takes. So I'm going to take Pitt in this one. I know Syracuse, I believe, is like right on the verge of bowl eligibility, but it is what it is. um, so we're gonna go with the Pittsburgh Panthers in that one. Next up, the first game on Friday, we got Boise State, number 15 at the time. All of these screenshots were taken before the AP poll came out, and as we get towards the end, you'll see a lot of games with TBA, meaning at the time that I took the screenshots. Sorry, at the time I took the screenshots, it hadn't been announced what time the games would take place. So Friday, 10:30 on CBS Sports Network, Boise State, UNLV. I know UNLV just became bowl eligible over the weekend and have been looking pretty good. Boise State obviously runs through Ashton Genty for the most part, and he's been looking outstanding. My thing though is I am gonna have to go with Boise State here because that's the only good option that we have here for this game. I don't think that UNLV has the style of defense needed to stop Boise State, and unfortunately, I think Boise State could end up as the 12th team in the playoff, which stinks to a degree. I mean, hey, they definitely deserve it. They've earned it over the years. But I just was kind of hoping that maybe Army or Navy would be able to get in. But hey, there's still a lot of football left to play. Anyway, I'm going Boise State with this one. I think the Broncos can definitely get it done. Let's see. Up next, Friday night, 11 p.m. on Fox. So we got the USC Trojans and Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Rutgers headed out west. Now, granted, USC has proven that the time zone theory does not work for them. USC can't seem to win one way or the other when it comes to the time zone portion of things. So I know Rutgers just lost to UCLA. I think Rutgers may be able to squeak this one out. It seems like USC has gone back to. It seems like USC has gone back to having a defense like they did when Caleb Williams was there at the beginning of the Lincoln Riley tenure. Next, we have Notre Dame and Navy. And this is why I think Boise State will end up getting the spot, because I think this sadly is where Navy's undefeated run ends. I mean, I know they're playing a game in MetLife, but I think overall that I just think overall that Notre Dame is better built to win this game. They usually are. This tends to be a win for Notre Dame anyway. But yeah, I think Notre Dame probably squeaks by. I think Navy could probably cover. And I would definitely go. I would definitely probably go with the over on that one. So give me Notre Dame to win. Sadly, I am still rooting for the midshipmen, but when it comes to picks, let's try to use our head here. Most likely, Notre Dame's going to get the job done. All right, now let's talk Big Noon Kickoff. On Big Noon Saturday, we got on Fox the Nebraska Cornhuskers, after getting stomped into oblivion by Indiana. They come here to Columbus to take on a number 4 Ohio State Buckeyes. Over under set at 46.5, and Ohio State's favored by 20.5. I'm going to take the over on that, and I'm going to take the spread for Ohio State to cover. Ohio State has something to prove. They shouldn't have lost a couple weeks ago the way they did. They shouldn't have lost, period. They should be mad, extremely mad. And they should be out for blood and to prove a point that, look, we screwed up. Things shouldn't have happened the way they did. We are not going to let this happen again. And if we're being honest, the way Ohio State should play, now, granted, they most likely may not always play this way, but the way Ohio State should, keywords there being should, play, is they should play with a fire lit under their. They should play mad at the world. I think Ohio State should be able to win this game by at least 6 touchdowns. And if we're being honest, Nebraska needs to score no more than they did last week, which was 1 touchdown. But that's just, if we're being honest here. Next we got Buffalo and Ohio. Easy one here. I'm going to take the Bobcats. I just think that they're both equal, but I'm going to lean more with my bias on this one. Go with the Bobcats. I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo wins. Buffalo's doing decent this year. So. But yeah, I'm going to go Bobcats in this one. And then next we got Central Michigan Chippewas coming down here to take on the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. Probably a mistake, but I'm going to ride with the bias again. And I'm going to take the Redhawks. I think the Redhawks will be able to find a way to get their offense going. I think as long as they put enough points on the board, they'll be able to win the game again like they did last week. Sorry, I keep blinking. I just think that Miami, Ohio has enough of what it takes to be able to have enough to separate themselves and get the win. So next we got Toledo and Bowling Green. Next we got Toledo and Bowling Green. Next we got Toledo and Bowling Green, and this one's a toss-up as they are both Ohio teams. I know this was a mistake. It's already marked down. Actually, you know what? I haven't officially made a pick yet, so whatever. I'm going to go Toledo on this one. Originally, I had Bowling Green. Then I kind of looked more into it after I prematurely made the pick. And I'm actually going to go with Toledo on this one. So, yeah. All right. So, on to the next spot. We got Eastern Michigan taking on Akron. We got Eastern Michigan taking on Akron. And for all intents and purposes, Eastern, love your field. Want to go see it in person one day. Other than that, I mean, you're both bad. Akron and Eastern Michigan are both bad. I'm going to go with the Zips on this one. Next, we got the big prime time. Well, not really prime time, but going to have a lot of eyeballs on this one, everybody. We got Illinois at Oregon. Illinois coming off of their big win over Michigan. As far as with the resume, big. But Oregon just looks like it's on a whole other level. It's crazy. I think it's safe to say Oregon probably win this one. So as much as I'm be rooting for Illinois, my brain says don't be dumb. It's most likely going to be Oregon. So we're going to go Oregon in this one. And I'm actually going to give you a score on this one. I think Oregon probably wins the game 42-28. Ohio State did expose a lot for Oregon as to like what people could attack. So at that point, Illinois should just follow the blueprint that we put forward. It should be all right. All right. So we're going to go Oregon in that one. Next, we got Kent State and Western Michigan. And it's a toss-up for me. But actually, I think I'm going to go Kent State on this one. Just because I think Kent State is overall the better team. I know it's like whatever. MAC schools are probably about even. But I think Kent State's probably. No, wait, my bad. Kent State is winless. Sorry about that. I'm going to go Western Michigan. I don't know what I was thinking. Sorry, I got a fly around me. It's distracting. I'm going to go Western Michigan. I think the Broncos are better suited as a potential. Definitely the better team of these two. So I'm going to go with Western Michigan to win this one. Next up, we got Minnesota and Maryland. And in this one, I'm going to go Minnesota. I know Maryland just pulled off the big upset over USC the other night, but I'm going to go with the Golden Gophers on this one. They've proven themselves over and over. They beat USC. They I believe, barely lost to Iowa. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Minnesota on this one, and then for the next one, I'm gonna go Iowa. No question, Northwestern is stinky, stinky poo poo. So give me Iowa in that one. Next up, we got Oklahoma State and Baylor. Baylor just blew out, I believe it was Texas Tech. Oklahoma State just lost to BYU on Friday, I believe it was Thursday or Friday. I believe it was Friday. So these two programs are headed in two completely different directions. Give me the Bears to win this game. I'm going to go with Baylor on this one. Next, we got Stanford and Wake. Stanford is just absolutely god-awful this year. Wake Forest has been kind of up and down. Give me the Demon Deacons to win that game. It could be a sloppy slobber knocker of a game, and the final score could look really weird, like 23-21 type of thing. Or it could just be a straight out Wake Forest blowout, like 28-7. Never know. Next, we have Oregon State and Cal. Cal has been on the downfall ever since they hosted game day and lost to Miami. Oregon State's kind of been an up and down program so far. Quarterback play has been okay, I guess. But I'm going to go with the Beavers on this one just because I think Cal has kind of gone as far as they could. Next up, we got Florida State and Miami. Florida State is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. They're about as bad as the Browns. Hands down, Miami, they'll probably cover the spread. I mean, it's only 16.5. They'll probably cover this freaking spread. And they could probably easily put up more than 51. But so I'm gonna go with Miami on that one. And then and then we got Michigan State, Michigan. Michigan looks absolutely horrendous. So bad. Sparty also looks really bad. So it's kind of a hot potato game of who is worse. But Aiden Childs has shown pockets of potential in my eyes. So I'm going to go with Sparty because Michigan has an identity issue and Michigan also has a quarterback issue. They do not have an actual starting QB. So I'm going to go with Sparty. I think it'll be close. I think they'll cover that 9.5 because I think it'll be under 9.5. And uh, the over under being set at 40.5, that's crazy to me. I think I would probably go with the under of 40.5, but don't always listen to me on that part. So next up, we got Penn State and Wisconsin. Wisconsin is trying to just get to bowl eligibility. That's at this point all they are looking for. That's it. Penn State, on the other hand, is looking to try to stay undefeated and make the Ohio State game the following week actually mean something, which is why I think Penn State gets the job done here. I think Ohio State and Penn State both easily win. Well, Penn State not so much with easily, but Ohio State definitely. Heading into their matchup next week, looking real good, real good. So next, we got SMU Duke. As much as I like Duke, I'm taking Penn State in the Penn State Wisconsin game. Next up, we got SMU and Duke. I get how good Duke is, but they did just beat a 1-6 Florida State team. SMU, I know, is still technically a Group of 5 program with a P4 logo. I know SMU is still technically a P4 program or a Group of 5 program with a P4 logo, but I think SMU is a better fit here. I think SMU has more strength in spots where Duke will struggle. I think SMU really can expose Duke and give Duke their second loss of the year. So I'm going to go with SMU on this one. All right, now Cincinnati, Colorado. As much as I cannot stand Colorado, Cincinnati's always been up and down with me. I will go with Colorado on this one. Give me the Buffs. Next, BYU and UCF. Everybody wants to see BYU possibly make the college football playoff. I want to see them go against Iowa State, undefeated versus undefeated. So, with that being said, boom. Give me the Cougs to win the game. Next up, and on our final slide here, we got Kansas State. Kansas has looked up and down most of the year. Kansas State has also, in my opinion, looked up and down most of the year. Give me the Wildcats to win. I know it's kind of crazy, maybe, but give me the Wildcats to win. I know it's definitely at least a safe pick, but that's what we're going to go with. K-State, baby. LSU, Texas A&M. The last two undefeated in conference teams, the Tigers and the Aggies. And I think I'm going to go with the Aggies on this one. I just think that they're a better fit. I think they're a better fit. I think they're more suited for this. I think A&M being at home, the home of the 12th man, definitely gives them an edge. Just a little bit, but gives them an edge nonetheless. So Aggies there. All right, y'all. We're down to our last 4 games. Starting with Alabama, Missouri. Alabama, what are you doing? Alabama has completely fallen off since Saban left. You can definitely tell that it's a completely different team here. And I know Mizzou's kind of been playing sloppy lately, but I think, especially after what we saw with Bama and Tennessee, I think Missouri can get the win here. Safe bet for a pick is Bama, but I'm going to go with Mizzou. Give me the Tigers to win. Next we got Texas and Vanderbilt. We got the Longhorns taking on the Commodores. My bad, Vanderbilt Commodores in Vanderbilt, hosting what's likely to be a number 5 team in the country. God, as much as I want to pick Vanderbilt, I think the easy pick here, especially with them having lost last week to Georgia, I think the easy pick here is Texas. I'm rooting for you, Vanderbilt, but I think Texas gets the job done here. It could be easily, it could be close. We will see what happens. And as far as our last two, TCU, Texas Tech. I know TCU's kind of been up and down. Texas Tech kind of leveled off a little bit. I think TCU may be able to catch them by surprise, but the safe pick here is Texas Tech. I am rooting for TCU, but my pick is Texas Tech. Finally, our last game of the week, West Virginia, Arizona. I think West Virginia squeaks this one out. I think Arizona continues their kind of downfall rotation that they've been in. So, that being said, I'm going to go with the Mountaineers. Now, I hope everyone enjoyed this. This has been your College Football Week 9 predictions. We look forward to seeing everybody in the next video. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to both channels. And we will see you again in the next one. Everybody have a wonderful day. And if you're not, then I hope that your day does get better.